Welcome for this session on no code app development. We are so excited to have you all here for our third session in the series of learning artificial intelligence from scratch. Today's session is going to be super light but super hands on, and you don't need to know to write code at all. What we'll be doing in this session is that we are going to build an app that uses AI but without writing a single line of code. For this, we'll be using Azure and some other simple tools. But trust me, even if this is your first time hearing about app development or machine learning, we'll make sure that it is going to be easy to follow along. Let us see our speakers for the day. Hi everyone, I'm Deepti Balasubramanian. I am a Microsoft Gold Student Ambassador and an AWS AI and ML scholar. With me, we have Lish and Kalyan. Over to Lish.
So, hi guys, welcome to today's session. I am one of the speakers for today's session. So, I am a beta Microsoft Learning Ambassador and I'm also a incoming master's data science student at TMU. Over to Kalyan.
Hello guys, myself Kalyan. I am a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Gold, and I am the Google Cloud Arcade Facilitator for the year 2024 and 2025. So yeah, excited to be a speaker in this event.
All of the speakers here just love breaking tech down into simple stuff and building from scratch. We'll ensure that the sessions that we do are beginner friendly and will be helping you all to advance in the domain of AI with the best experience possible. Before we begin, let's talk about the Accessible AI Hub. So the Accessible AI Hub, and in short known as AAH, is known as our tech community that we have created for a community of learners, builders, and change makers who want to learn about AI but in a more approachable and hands on way. What we do is that we regularly host sessions, write blogs, and we provide support online, and it's completely non-profit uh, community. And we break down AI into practical experiences through our workshops and other form of communication. So if you're interested, you can just follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, or on LinkedIn, where we are active. And you can find links to all of it right on the screen. So I'm going to pause for a couple of seconds for you to maybe scan the QR and follow us for more such events and to understand AI in a much more deeper way. And if you are done scanning the QR and following us on at least one platform, just give me a thumbs up or any reaction so that I know that I can move forward. So wait till the end of the session. If you find it interesting, definitely check out all our pages to know what events we have conducted previously. And you can access the summary version in our blog page and also the complete recording if you want to follow along. We'll ensure that we have at least one hands-on demo so that at the end of the event, you know the tool that you're learning about. Moving ahead. So, to clear again, we don't need any coding background for this session particularly. This workshop is 100% beginner friendly. So, all you need is curiosity to follow along. And let us move ahead by handing over to Kalyan to look at the agenda.
Hello guys. I hope you'll be excited more about the event. So the today's agenda will be first thing we are gonna see about what is app development and traditional app development versus no code app development. And the first one is no code app dev, and next one is intro to app dev, the same thing. And we are gonna see about Azure ML, and the hands-on will be conducted by the by Lish. So Azure ML part and hands-on will be very much interesting than these two parts. So stay till end of the event. I am the certificate guy, so to give you the certificates, so I will be sharing you the QR at the end of the event. So please stay till end of the event. So next slide. Okay. So how many of you here are interested in app development? If you are interested, give a thumbs up. If you want to learn, give a heart. And if you are very new to the domain, raise you can raise your hands. Cool, 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 cool. And anybody had an experience in traditional app development? Like know about the frameworks we do use in the app development? You can give a thumbs up. Yeah. If else, you can unmute and talk about what are the framework you are experienced in, because there are many frameworks that are in traditional app development, right? Uh, Anybody wants to unmute and talk about the framework they are working on? Okay. That's great. So the thing is, in traditional app development, we might be developing app for Android and iOS, right? So there are different frameworks for developing the apps for Android and iOS. Some frameworks will be only for Android app development. We may use Android Studio for that, and we may use Java for that. And some programming language are only for iOS app development, like Shift and all. And some might be cross-platform, right? Flutter. Flutter is one of the very good framework that you'll be using to develop app for Windows, iOS, and Android, right? So that is traditional app development. But the main thing in traditional app development is you need a what is that? Some resources to build it, right? So when it comes to app development for Android, you need an emulator to run. Emulator might be a physical device, or it may be an device which is there in the Android Studio itself. It may occupy a very large space as well. So that is one thing. And next one is your coding language. You should be very firm in any one of the coding language to build the app. Either it may be a Java, it may be Dart, anything it may be. And that is how the traditional apps are built. And at last, you will be publishing in any sources like Play Store and App Store. But here, in no code, low code app development, basically you will be just dragging and dropping everything. Drag and drop even happen in native traditional what is that, app development, but it is only for the front end. But here the whole thing will be a add I mean, drag and drop only. So the app development refers to the process of creating software application that run on various devices like smartphone and tablets. That is one of the main factor. You need to build an app that is what is that? It should be running on both and I mean, smartphone and tablet. The size differs. So those kind of thing will be handled in the front end part. That is called XML. In traditional app development, you will use a programming language called XML for building Android apps. When it comes to Flutter, the main language is Dart. And in no code, low code, just like I mean, drag and drop. One of the very good tool we use in no code, low code is Power Apps. Power Apps is one of the platform where you will be just dragging and dropping the components and features what you need, a button or something. You can check it out in Edge or something. With your school account or your work account, you can access Power Apps. So you can have a look on that as well. So that's how app development works. When it comes to traditional and no code, low code, these are some of the tools and languages we use it. And further, regarding the whole life cycle of that, Deepti will be handling the session for you. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Kalyan. So we'll be looking at the stages in app development. So before that, I thought of checking with you guys if you will be interested in understanding how exactly do you envision building an app. So for this, I have a small, story of me participating in Microsoft AI hackathon, for which we built an AI powered app within 3 months, and I'm happy to say that our team was the one which this is a global hackathon, but we were able to get the top performing team award, and we also got access to a specific mentorship from MVPs. So if you're interested in knowing more about this, can you send out a reaction? That's great. So the Microsoft used to organize these AI hackathons for Microsoft student ambassadors. So what will happen is that it will be for a duration of 3 months, where you will be forming a team of one person to maximum of four people, where you will be working together to utilize one of the Microsoft tools to build an AI app for multiple things. You can create an app for education, you can do it for healthcare, you can do it for energy sectors or sustainability, and that's up to you. But the good news is that now any of you can participate in those hackathons and uh, compete in a global scale. So if you have an idea and if you're confident that you can build a project in 3 months, doesn't have to be, an expert level, but it can be, just an idea to a prototype stage. So if you're interested, we'll be sharing links for all these participations at the end of the event and via email post this. But all that needs is that you have to understand what are the different stages in app development. First thing is planning. So let us assume that you want to build an app for a healthcare sector. So what you'll be finding is that you'll be finding a pain point. What needs attention, and how can AI make that particular thing better rather than doing it via traditional code or by doing it manually. So once that is done, you will be designing. While designing, you will do multiple things. First, you will understand what are the different pages in it, how to wireframe it, what are the functionalities that are lying, and based on what your requirements are, you will be selecting the tech stack. So as previously discussed, you can either settle with Android development or for iOS, and based on that you will be choosing your tech stack and forming a team. Next comes the development phase where you will be building. This is the most fun part because you will be literally creating each and every aspect of the application. You will be deciding what will happen when I do a particular action and what is the outcome of all of that. The next one is testing. Once all the development is done, you will be testing your application from start to end, feature to feature, unit testing, integration testing, and there are a lot of other testing that is performed to ensure that your app does not have any faults, and it undergoes all the security compliances so that it cannot be hacked or misused in any other way. Next one is deployment. Once all testing is done, you will be deploying it, and once this is done, it means that your app is usable by everyone. Once the app is deployed, you will be going through regular updates, feature improvements, and all of that, and all these comes under maintenance. So you will be continuously maintaining your application, ensuring that it is available for users to use across the world. Sounds good? Thumbs up. Great. Now let's move ahead and understand how no code app development is done. Over to Lish.
So, guys, am I audible?
Yes, you have.
Yeah. So in app development, the prime focus revolves around these main topics as shown in the presentation. The first one is the user experience, where we focus on creating an intuitive and seamless user experience that caters to the needs and behaviors of mobile users. So the app which we develop should be very smooth and should consume less power of a device so that it can be considered as a lightweight application so that a phone is actually safe. Second one is the performance. We need to optimize the app for speed and efficiency to ensure smooth operation on various devices. An app may work seamless on one phone and may perform worse in other and worst in the most some devices. And the next one is security. We must implement robust security measures to protect the user data and privacy. And we should make our app scalable such that it can handle increasing user loads and expanding the future feature sets. We have to ensure that the app provides essential features and data access even when there is no internet connection. And from a developer point of view, the last one is important. We need to consider different monetization strategies such as in-app purchases, subscriptions, ads, or a one-time purchase model. So, so what is a perfect application? A perfect application is one which has a simple, clean, visual appealing design that makes navigation easy. It manages memory, battery, and data consumption effectively to avoid draining the device resources. It maintains the essential functionality even without internet connection. It respects the user's privacy by minimizing data collection and providing transparent privacy policies. And last but not the least, the most important one, it encrypts the sensitive data and secures communication channels. So we have seen what is in traditional application development, and Kalyan has explained this, some of the important aspects and the important stages in app development. So what is no code is? No code is a method of developing applications without writing any code. It allows individuals without a traditional programming language to create a software application using visual development environments. Like we can just drag and drop a pre-made or pre-developed component of an application simply without spending hours and breaking our head by writing hundreds of codes. So its main characteristics is users can build applications by dragging and dropping elements onto a canvas. There are many pre-built templates and components, and we have access to a library of templates which can be easily customized. Tools, we have different tools to define the logic and workflows visually rather than through code. We have the ability to connect to other softwares and services through built-in connectors and APIs. We can quickly create and iterate on applications, enabling faster feedback and development cycles. So what are its advantages? It empowers non-developers to create applications. It accelerates the development process. It reduces the need for extensive development resources. It does have some limitations. It may not offer the same level of customization as traditional coding. It might be less suitable for highly complex or large-scale applications. Applications may not be as optimized as those built with traditional coding methods. Yeah, like the traditional coding has its own power, but it doesn't mean that no code development is somewhat lesser than the traditional one. Both of them are equal, but it depends upon the problem statement and the scenario which we are in. So, Azure ML. So, in this session, we are going to I'm going to show how you can develop a ML model without writing a single line of code. Whereas in the next session, I'll be showing you how to develop an application without simple code or a no code app demonstration. So what Azure ML is, it's nothing but a cloud platform by Microsoft that facilitates ML and AI model development and deployment. It offers a range of tools and services to build, train, deploy machine learning model at scale, leveraging Microsoft cloud infrastructure. If you guys remember the last session I showed you, pardon?
அப்படியே இங்கிட்டு ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
Oh, oh, okay. So if you guys remember in my last session, I showed you how to develop an ML model, that is a predictive model, manually. It had some various libraries and some decent lines of code. But using Azure ML, all these problems has been taken care by Microsoft itself. Our job is to just upload the data set and click some buttons. So it has a user-friendly interface for creating and training models. We do not require prior AI knowledge or programming. It integrates into Azure ecosystem for seamless deployment. So as a user, we just need to upload and label images, train the models using Azure Machine Learning infrastructure, and test, improve, and deploy models with ease. So why do we need to choose Azure ML? It leverages cloud infrastructures, allowing scalability from small experience to large-scale production deployments without managing infrastructure. It's basically pay as you go, like every cloud platforms, and it is integrated with, it has an IDE with built-in tools and automation, accelerates the ML model development lifecycle, reducing the time to deployment. So a typical workflow in Azure ML is we have to prepare the data, like we have to upload and label them, use the label data to train the classification object detection model, evaluate the model, deploy the model, and iterate continuously to improve its data. So now this is the hands-on part, and have some important news to share. So I will be using Azure, but if you have a student Azure account, kindly follow this hands-on, or else you can follow, or you can just follow what I do. Don't use any other Azure account, as you may end up paying unwanted fee for them. So let me just pause my screen while I open Azure. I hope my screen is visible. So what we need to do is, with your Azure credentials, I'm again repeating, if you have a student Azure account, please follow this. Else, please follow what I'm doing. I will also share detailed blog content on what I'm doing in this session. So you guys don't need to worry. So you have to just create a resource. And here, just type in Azure Machine Learning. If you don't have a resource group, go ahead and create. So a resource group is nothing but Azure has a lot of services in them. So we can't fetch each and everything. So resource group is nothing but your personal space with your own resources, which we can access anytime and anywhere. And a general rule of thumb, if you are guys using any Azure services, I highly request you to switch to US East as it has most features enabled. Some of the features might not be available in India or any other regions, but most of them are available in US East one. So you don't need to edit any of these as it is created by them. And yeah, that's it. You can just review and create. As you can see, my deployment is under initialization, and when it's done, it will redirect you at new screen. You just wait while it's getting deployed. In the meantime, if you have any queries, you can ask it in the end of the session. We'll have a separate Q&A for you guys. Just go to resource and click on Launch Studio. It will redirect you to a separate website. Here, you can see there is automated ML. This is the one which tells that no code ML in Azure services. So just click on this. You just need to create a new job. Um, and that's a very hits in degree. It's actually your wish. You can write a description of whatever you want. I'm just giving our events agenda. We're going to do a regression type. Regression is nothing but we're going to predict a value based upon a set of features. Mm, Here, as we don't have any data, just create this one. Here in data source, I'll just download the data set for you guys. Just wait a minute. Azure, and I'll give you this link, no issues. You have the data set now. And now in like you have to choose this data set, and in task settings, just keep these data as default. And in the target column, you have to choose rentals. So all these ones are independent variables, and this is the dependent one. We are using all these to predict this one. Yeah. And in here, if this is okay, um, for today's experiment, I'm just using these light models as it will be faster to show. Max number of trials is nothing but the number of times you are going to iterate this job. So for this session, I'm going to keep it as 3. If you can extend it to whatever level you want, it's purely user specific. Concurrent trials is also means the same. And maximum number of nodes is 3. It will use 3 types or 3 specific computing devices for this process. And maximum threshold and metrics for threshold is if a value is is above this bond, a training will get completed. So this is the minimum score that a model should achieve. And the experiment should time out in 15 minutes, or else you will be over consuming the resources. And I am enabling early threshold, early termination. And validation is nothing but train validation split. I'm using 10% of the data for validation, and there is nothing called test data. I'm just giving the whole data set as in, um, okay. It is totally serverless. I'm just using the CPU for this, as I'm just validating for three times, and I'm just using a dedicated one. And number of instances is 1. All this keep it as it is. You don't need to change anything. We are using for 14 GB RAM and 28 GB storage of this instance. That's it. We have everything done, and I'll just start the training. Now we have started the training. It'll take some time to complete. We will just refresh. Now the training has started. We'll wait for some time for the training to get complete. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask now. It's or else you can use the Q&A to drop your messages. So returning to the session, so these are the various metrics of our model or errors on the higher side, which can be normalized or reduced by further iterations of development and hyperparameter tuning. And these are the different regression metrics. Like these are the specific ones which I have mentioned in the last event. Like, so yeah, like I'll just show you, visualize all these. Like, just give me a minute or two. Okay, like it seems that I have to register the model to get a visualization of it, which I'm not going to do here. Like if you guys want to proceed, you can register it. After registering, you will get a specific URL like this, which is basically your endpoint. You can attach it to whatever app or website or anything you want, and your model will be working fine. So returning to the session, and that's it, guys. We have come to the end, and thank you for joining.